Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, 'cause it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at the skins in the current Rust store and make comparisons to previous Rust store skins to get a good idea in regards to how much will each of these skins sell by next Thursday, and then knowing that, we'll then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so first 24 hours of sales, let's get started. Yep, the top selling skin was the beauty industry sheepman at Door. Now, I will point this out, there were some rumblings. Apparently, some people thought there was some sort of copyright issue. That doesn't seem to be the case. Stop always assuming that's the thing. Anyway, so regardless, I think a lot of people just bought it because, you know, cat girls, and you are weak and you couldn't stop yourself and you bought tons of them, didn't you? But anyway, it seems to be a case of people do like the design, people appreciate it, it's selling very nicely. Will we see continuations? Well, we won't be seeing that for a while because we have Christmas skins next week, don't we? Okay. But yeah, that is the top selling skin so far. Desert Nomad Backpack, if we did a look, quick little comparison, it has sold more compared to last week's large hazmat backpack. Definitely nowhere close to the Blackout one, and that's the thing we should point out. We don't have a week will we see one skin selling over 20,000 subscribers. For the past 2 weeks, that has been the case, but no. Across the board, there are a lot more skins selling over 10,000 subscribers, but yeah, no one super standout skin selling ridiculously. I mean, well, 2 weeks ago we had multiple, but you get the point. Anyway, so, alright, yeah, Desert Nomad Backpack, you very likely won't be selling as much compared to the likes of the No Mercy Backpack and the Blackout Backpack, but you still look like you're going to sell more than Hazmat Backpack. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Commando Tier 2. Oh, what's the problem? Well, we did talk about this on Thursday when we did the Rust rotation video. Feel free to go give that a good look if you want to get a good look at all the skins, but I did sit there and say, the main thing we have to be concerned about is how much will the Tier 2 sell in comparison to the Tier 3 and the Hoodie and Pants. Well, Tier 3 sold like 17,000 subscribers. Hoodie and Pants sold about 16,000 subscribers. It's been 1 day, and these have already done over 10,000 subscribers each. Oh dear. Okay, right, we'll see how that progresses. But let's now take a look at the first 48 hours of sales. And yep, sales have improved. It's looking a little bit better. Okay, cool. But yeah, there's definitely some concerns. Oh, yes, there is. And that's why I say we had to keep an eye out for problems. Right then, shall we get started? Shall we talk about the beauty industry, sheepman at Door, and then talk about all the other skins in order of sales? Right. So, it's already close to 20,000 subscribers. We're going to have to try and figure out how much it's going to sell, because I do want to bring this up. Looking at all the sheepman at Doors that have sold this year, first of all, there's a lot of them, and we're getting another Twitch drop, lo and behold. But, yeah. How much is the top selling skin? Let's just quickly go find that out. High subscribers. Yeah, we had the long double door. Now, that's a very cool, unique, interesting looking design. I'm not surprised to see it still holding up very nicely. That did 40,000 subscribers almost, or to be more specific, 38,700. And then we can see that we have the Shadowborn sheepman at double door with just over 21,000 subscribers, so quite a big drop off there. And then you see the Space Airlock double door, Tempered double door with the Neon Dome double door. Then we have Beauty Industry. This has only been in the Rust store for 2 days, and it's already catching up to all the other sheepman doors that have sold a lot this year. This is definitely probably going to end up in the top 5 all-time high sales. Okay, we accept that answer, but specifically, if we were to estimate properly, like, what's it going to be? So, okay. 13,500 subscribers. Do we have anything to compare to? Well, I looked to the previous week, and not really here, but I looked to the week further back, and I can remember we do have the Hardsuit Backpack. It's probably the best thing we can compare to. So we'll go see how that turned out. So let's hop back 2 weeks, complete the sets 2024, how have those skins turned out? Well, they're still mostly in the positive. But yeah, this Hardsuit Backpack did go over 30,000 subscribers, 31,298 to be precise. I'm going to give you a very generalised answer. I think this is doing between 27,000 to 30,000 subscribers. It does have quite a lot of momentum, and of course, those weak, poor souls that saw the cat girls on the doors and thought, I need that in my life. I desperately need it. But are they devil girls? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, so yeah, it's a perfectly fine looking design. Someone straight up said it's like a nightclub style, sort of like a display, and I get that. I see that. It does look cool. And I do anticipate more of this, like it becoming a collection, large box. We'll probably see like a garage door and whatnot. Fully expect it. Are we going to get different styles? Are they going to be holding different weapons? That's up to the skin creator. We shall see. Anyway, hopping out of here. If that's going to do about 30,000 subscribers, will it be totally fine? I guess. Like, again, the design of it, it's pretty unique compared to a lot of other things we've seen. The nightclub sort of aesthetic. and catgirls. So I still think it'll probably be okay. But if you want to be like a little bit more assured, it's abnormal. All right. So we can wait until Wednesday. We can do the abnormal barders first, and then we can look at the sport afterwards, make considerations. It definitely will be one of the highest selling sheepmen of double doors ever to exist in this game. But probably might still be alright, but just to feel safer, let's do the abnormal barders first. Now, if you don't fully understand what abnormal barders are, please consider watching my most recent Ruskin Abnormal Barders for December 5, 2024. Watch the first 5 minutes, listen to me as I talk about and introduce abnormals, then go to the chapters, skip ahead to the bilders, and you can see us race to put those barders down as fast as possible. You'll basically get a great understanding of how abnormals work and what they are. Cool. Right then. So, not looking too bad, 27,000 to 30,000 subscribers. Let's now talk about the Desert Nomad Backpack. So, if we could quickly do that comparison once again. What do you mean? Well, I want to talk about the large hazmat backpack. That, of course, did just over 10,000 subscribers, but this right over to here, 12,700. It has sold a little bit more. What can we compare with? So, if I go back a fair bit and trying to find something, I might have to compare to the hardsuit backpack again. It looks like that might be the case. Oh dear, yeah, it looks like that is going to be the answer. But there could go in between. I could go in between the hardsuit backpack and the large hazmat backpack. So okay, if we know that the hardsuit backpack did over 31,000 subscribers, what did the hazmat backpack do? So, hopping out of here, let's go to last week. And as you can see, the answer is this did 23,000 subscribers. So, you know, from 23 to 31, you're going to probably see about, let's go 25,000 to maybe 26 to 28,000 subscribers. Yes, that would probably be a much better answer. Yeah, that probably will be the answer. 26 to 28,000 subscribers. Is that okay? Well, here's something I have to point out to you. We only got one backpack this week. Compared to the previous 2 weeks, we had two each. Why is this? I'm sure many of you are aware, we have, Twitch rivals taking place. Oh, look, a free backpack. Oh, look, another free backpack. I want to bring this up to you. I can't help but assume probably we won't be seeing that many sales when these are being given away for free. Did you buy a BLACKOUT backpack? Ha 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 ha. Oh, do I want to look pretty in pink? Oh, look, there you go. I got that option. And I did say this. Yeah, this is like the go-to desert option now for a backpack, but in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if someone produces a much more better light brown design. I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite literally a Desert Raiders backpack. So, okay, take that into consideration. I'm going to actually kind of refine this. I don't think it's going to do 26 to 28,000 subscribers. I'm going to go with, I think it's going to probably do about 23 to 26,000 subscribers. I get the feeling it's going to slow down. With those Twitch drops being given away for free, I get the feeling people probably just won't feel the need to want to buy this. We'll see, but I think that seems to be a reasonable answer. So I'm going to go with 23 to 26,000 subscribers. Will that hold up all right? Well, I just said, in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see more better options for desert backpacks. However, as of now, that is going to be the go-to option. Now, if you also take into consideration that the player counts are very good at the moment, maybe it's going to do a very good job of retaining its value for the foreseeable future. But once we hit February, March, April, the dreaded Easter dip will likely happen, and many backpacks that have come out, which sold a lot, very likely will be dropping down in price. There'll be more options and, much more affordable options probably. There's going to be so many of these being thrown on the Steam market when there's not that many people playing. It's a concern. I've warned you more than enough. Yeah, we'll talk more about that on Wednesday because it's also abnormal. Understood? Let's proceed. Commando Tier 2. Right, so the Commando skins have risen up in price very nicely. So much in the positive right now. So all of this was all red. It weren't looking good. These get accepted. All up in price. Absolutely lovely. The face mask is now $5. What? I might have sold mine a little bit too early. Anyway, I still made a profit. That's the positive way of thinking. But the AK has gone up and the SAR. That's very nice to see. Will we ever see the boots and gloves? I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a version 2 in the future. But hey, let's talk specifically about the Tier 2 here. So just to point out, yeah, the kilt's definitely selling more compared to the other Tier 2 pieces. That is the only leg armor that we have. You should always be aware that kilts sell more compared to vests and coffee cans. So if we were to try and figure out, how much is that going to sell by next Thursday? Well, let's go make some comparisons. That did 11,000 subscribers. These have done 10,500. We can look at the backpack here and probably add a little bit more for the kilt specifically. But anyway, I think we can go ahead, quickly remind ourselves that, of course, the hazmat backpack last week did 23,000 subscribers. For the two tier 2 pieces here, that probably would be a perfectly fine suggestion. 21 to 23,000 maybe. But for this kill, I think I might push up to about 25,000 subscribers. So I'll just generalize it for all of them. 21,000 to 25,000 subscribers. Now, there's a problem with that, and I've already brought it up earlier. Commando, well, as I said, 17,000 subscribers generalized there, and for the hoodie and pants, 16,000 subscribers. These are selling too much compared to the other armor pieces. Oh dear. Okay. Well, we did see this happen before. Black Diamond was the exact same thing. The final core piece to be accepted was Black Diamond hoodie and pants, and they sold just a little bit too much compared to the rest of the set. But however, so as long as the collection remains fairly in demand, they should still succeed. Now, just to quickly point this out, that's up 21%, that's up 3%, that's up 96%, it's doubled in price, yes. Up 7, up 41, but the pants are still up by 73%. There's an extra 6,000 of these compared to Tier 2 and Tier 3, and yet still perfectly fine and a positive. Now, maybe it's partly due to the fact that certain people are probably unloading far too much stock onto the Steam market, but I'm not seeing it here in the hoodie. Just apparently there's a lack of interest. You look at the pants and it's about the same amount almost, and it still looks to be the same, and yet that's still doing fairly better. These things are just confusing. What I'm saying is, you can't always just assume it's going to be bad. Yes, there is an excess of 6,000 of these compared to the other clothing and armor pieces, and yet that's still doing okay, and that's not too bad. So as long as the collection remains in demand, things should be okay. So now we go back to the Commando collection. We might still see boots and gloves. That would help it out. Yes, it would. But what happens in the meantime? We have Christmas over the course of the next 2 weeks. Oh dear. Well, I think it will be okay at the moment. I think it will keep riding with the lovely momentum we have with the player counts at the moment. I think people will appreciate this. It's just what happens during the February, March, April time. And will we see another Black collection come out? Because, of course, this year we had Commando and Black Diamond, and throughout this year they were competing with each other for your love. But at the moment, both of them seem to be all right. But surely one will survive. I wonder which will be. Also, remember Legacy Kevlar? That came out around this time last year. Let's go see how that's currently looking. Now, this is where it goes really bad because, these sold way too much compared to the other clothing and armor pieces, along with the hoodie and pants. 55,000 subscribers, 65,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, and yet this did 28,000 subscribers, this did 24, 24, 27, and 26. The ones that sold a lot less compared to the others, up in the price and doing very nicely. These, struggling, all right? We are not seeing anything to this extreme with Commando and Black Diamond, but, that's just kind of proves the point that, if certain skins sell a little bit too much compared to the other core pieces, they're likely to go down in price. Point made. So Commando, we'll see how that progresses from here and now, but it definitely looks like I'll just stick with Dunabada. All 3 pieces are abnormal, so we can use that to our advantage. We'll discuss that Wednesday night. I will be streaming London time, 9 PM. I'll be discussing all the skins, the prices we'll offer, and then we'll race to put those bardas down. Sounds good? Right, let's proceed. Talk about the Core MP5. So yes, we've already made this point. It has a very useful aim sight. I'm sure many of you are well aware. I've got the short video showcasing this as well. But it is competing for your love. What do you mean? Well, we have the Oilrets and Rikoloff MP5 right there with an even better amount of transparency. And that's for free. That right there is $3.49. So hopping back over to here, we could see that did, well, pretty much almost the same amount as the sales here. Quite literally the same amount as the hazmat from the previous week. So, okay. I think we can just comfortably sit here and say 22 to 24,000 subscribers. That's probably a perfectly fine suggestion, especially with it now sitting here at 14,000 subscribers. Okay, cool. But as I said, we have a much better option that's free coming out this Monday. And will that cause this to slow down a bit? I don't know, because I do have to bring this up. There is an attempt to make this become a collection. As you can see, we have an AK, we have a Python. Now, maybe they get a version 2, maybe they get cleaned up and get like a better version of them. We shall see. But this is intending to become a collection, and they have sold nicely. That MP5 is selling nicely. I'm sure Face Punch wouldn't say no to the idea of potentially accepting one of those for the last Rustore of this month and the very first Rustore for January 2025. Oh, mate, you're going to see a lot of sales for that Rustore, so they are going to want to put out very nice skins, all right? maybe we do see a Cybercore AK-47 version 2. Well, it's up to Mr. Fresh. Mr. Fresh, go on, update it, clean it up, make it shiny up. Anyway, so yeah, 22 to 24,000 subscribers seems to be a perfectly fine option. If it does turn into a proper collection, it might end up like Redemption and Chameleon Collection. So when they initially came out, they were weapon-only collections, but they are very nice, shiny, very interesting looking designs. They were a weapon-only collection that actually was in the positive. By default, with many weapons and tools-only collections, they go down in price. People aren't that impressed. But every now and then, something does stand out. And Cybercore, I think that definitely could become a very nice collection if Face Punch wants to continue it. So keep an eye on it, but it's also abnormal. Wait till Wednesday. Abnormal Barters first, then we'll consider what to do next. Sounds good? Cool. Let's move on. Otherworldly Furnace. So, a strange gemstone type of design. Now, I did say this on Thursday. JJ doesn't get that many skins accepted. Not to sound mean, but I will sit here and say this. Wouldn't be surprised if he's like, oh, cool, this has been accepted. I should go ahead. I should now make some more otherworldly deplorables, and that would be the smart option. Maybe we'll see some otherworldly large boxes or small boxes or a locker readily available for January Force Wipe. And if it gets accepted, all right, cool, Otherworldly becomes a bigger collection. But anyway, we need to talk specifically about how much it's going to sell. Hedge, stop going on different tangents. I'm sorry, I like to talk. Shut up. 7,400 subscribers, making comparisons to the previous week. What do we see? Well, we do have the Frozen Crypt Garage door there, and we also happen to have the Tempered Armored door, so we could do some nice comparisons. All right then, let's go ahead and take a look at the last week and the week before. So as I look at the Frozen Crypt Garage door, that did almost 17,000 subscribers. And if I go back another week and look at the Tempered Armored door, that did 16,000 subscribers. So I think I'm going to generalize, and I think I'll probably go with 15 to 18,000 subscribers. Yeah, I know I'm generalizing, but I can't be 100% sure that that's going to be like perfectly like at a specific number. Now, furnaces this year, they have been very hit and miss. More specifically in terms of becoming nice investments, as you can see. Now, you know, we've got some holiday theme skins there. It's no longer Halloween, so not surprised to see that's turned out the way it is. Also, we have received a lot of Twitch drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wasn't there more? I think the F5. Yeah. So next year, are we going to see even more Twitch drops and whatnot? Yeah, wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Okay. Maybe one day we actually get skinnable large furnaces. Just point that out. But yeah, if you look at all the ones that are in the positive, that's part of a collection. That's part of a collection. That's not actually part of a collection. Well, not a big one, but that's actually always been a bit of an odd one, a bit of an anomaly. I think that just went up in price because there's just a sheer lack of people trying to sell it. We'll leave it for now. But yeah, a lot of these do go down in price pretty badly. Frozen Crypt is only down by 1%, it's performing better. But yeah, the majority do turn out pretty badly. It's very unfortunate to see. That right there, if you do develop into a collection, all right, I'd look at that with a lot more positivity. Is it going to happen? Well, I can't answer that because we've got Christmas skins next week and the week after. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that does go down in price, simply due to people's behaviour and, you know, they're impatient. So yeah, be cautious. It's also abnormal. We'll talk about that Wednesday. Let's move on to the next skin. Danger Zone Sleeping Bag. Right, so yes, this is just a little bit less sales. Hopping over to here, we can see that it did, 6,800 subscribers. Looking at the previous week, we do have the AK there. We also have we could look at the Thunder Gold Sap maybe. Is there anything else that's nice to compare to? No, that looks to be the best option. Okay, we could look at the Spooky Neon Large Box, but I think the Sap and the Popstar AK-47 are the best options. So, all right, okay, let's go back over to here. Let's go find that SAP. So the SAP did 7,000 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales, and it ended up with 16,000 subscribers. And then the week before that, what do we see? Oh, what was I looking for? I was trying to find the other skin. What was I looking at just a minute ago? I was looking at the AK-47. So that did 14,000 subscribers, 14,500 to be precise. So I'm looking at the sleeper bag here. 14 to 16,000 subscribers seems to be a perfectly reasonable option. All right. Okay. That sleeping bag. I did mention this. This is technically a continuation. You know, as you can see, there's been many skins submitted in the past. What's stopping these skin creators from resubmitting some of the ones that weren't accepted in the past? Wooden double door. I believe we have a sheepman double door as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue this. It got another skin accepted. They are reinvigorated and motivated to put out more again. So we'll see, but it definitely will need that. Now, sleeper bags as of recent, they've been all right. take a quick look at all of them. There's definitely answers as to why some of them aren't exactly holding up very nicely. So, case in point, Frankenberg, Holiday Fiend for Halloween. It's no longer Halloween, it's out of season, so yeah, struggling. Snakebite Sleeping Bag, it's green, but it glows in the dark. So it's like counterintuitive. So, yeah, that didn't really work out very nicely. Lover Giorgio's only down by 2%. Sleeping Baguette's only down by 17%. Now, I do believe there's a ton of these listed on the Steam market, and yeah. Now, by default, not everybody can see that. Like, they'll just see that. They'll just see that there's 184 more, but they don't realise that many of them are actually listed above, like, $2. So I guess people just like, it's doomed, but they don't fully know like the full picture. All right, fair enough. So yeah, there is a reasonable explanation for most of them, but you also might notice Glacial Visage Sleeping Bag. That's up over $3 now. Ultramarine Sleeping Bag, part of the well-established Ultramarine collection, up almost double in price. Valentine's Gift Sleeping Bag, sold next to nothing. Bright and pink, ever so lovely and cute. Yep, that's working out ever so nicely. Like, this is probably going to be okay. I don't expect it to struggle, but does it stand out enough compared to the Glacial Visage and the Ultramarine? Do people care enough about the Danger Zone collection itself? If there's more skins produced and accepted, I'm sure there will be. So keep an eye on it. It's also abnormal. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday. Sounds good? Let's move on. Protector Sheet Metal Double Door. Okay, so obviously we have this over here selling twice as much. But this still glows in the dark and it has transparency. The transparency in it, not exactly super helpful based on the position that it's at. But at the end of the day, this is a sheet metal double door, and by default, sheet metal double doors do tend to do a very good job of retaining their value. Now, as we hop back over to here, so Protector Sheet Metal Double Door, $3.49, bit of a high price, 6,600 subscribers. So if I were to compare to previous weeks, what do I see? We could look at the Popstar AK-47 again, but if I were to try my best to find something that relates to it quite nicely, oh look, Nightmare Clown Balaclava, 6,500 subscribers. Okay, you know, I do recall that did have quite a lot of interest, you know, when it was on sale for Halloween Week 3, and that ended up with, how much? 13,000 subscribers. Well, but the AK the week... Really? Okay, so the AK ended up with more. Okay, this is why we make assumptions and estimates and whatnot. So I think we can do 13 to 15,000 subscribers. That seems to be reasonable. Now, looking at the sheet metal double door here, as we were to compare with all the sheet metal double doors that came out this year so far, that's down in price and that's down in price. Both of them Halloween sheet metal double doors. Bit concerning, but all the other skins here, they're cruising upwards. They're doing better. Look at that. Like, Tempered, quite some time back, that was down a little bit. Now it's up by 10%. I'm looking at the Neon Dome double door, pushing above $3 now. Abyss Sheet Metal double door, pushing above $5 again. Like, these are actually progressing quite nicely. So as I look over to these two skins here, I just can't help but assume they'll just be okay. But I am a little bit more concerned about Protector Sheet Metal double door. That higher price is definitely a problem for it. It has to maintain the higher bar, metaphorically speaking, and that might be a bit of concern for it. So do take that into consideration, but 13 to 15,000 subscribers is definitely very average in terms of sales. So maybe it does work out nicely, and maybe people do prefer the metallic shiny design. Also, it does glow in the dark. I've already mentioned that as well, yes. And I'm well aware that the skin creators are actually intending to make it into a collection because there's a single sheet metal door right there. Maybe we see a remade version 2. Maybe that gets accepted in the future. Well, we'll have to keep our eyes open. So yes, shouldn't be too many sales. 13 to 15,000 subscribers is okay. We'll leave it at that. Now let's move on and talk about the Bird of Luck Crossbow, the only skin that is not abnormal this week. So I've seen it in game. The bright green colour, it's very nice. It's very appealing to the eyes. Is that something that's going to work out very nicely? Probably. Now, let's just, specifically talk about the sales first, then we'll talk about all the other nice things that can be said. So, 5,300 subscribers. Not too bad, not too bad. This week, overall, definitely has sold quite a fair bit more compared to previous weeks in general. Like, standout skins compared to all the other skins. But anyway, Nucrum Locker, 5,600 subscribers. We also have, what else we got? Not from here, 5,000, 5,600 there. We could probably look at that. What else we got? 5,300. No, okay. I guess we could look at the Speed Rage Thompson, and I think we can look at the Nucrum Locker. Right, so we'll do some comparisons there. So last week we of course had the Nucrum Locker. How's that currently holding up? That is sitting there with 12,300 subscribers. Now, if we were to go back a little bit more, Speed Rage Thompson, 12,100 subscribers. I think a comfortable 11,500 to 12,500 suggestion would be perfectly fine. So yeah, I mean, that's still a very reasonable amount of sales. Take a look at all the other crossbows that exist. Let's just quickly see what they look like based on subscriber counts. And how much is the highest selling one? 27,000, wow. And it starts to go down a fair bit, yet 15,000, 13,000. But yeah, so it'll probably end up just slightly in the upper half from the middle. Okay, cool. Now, a lot of these crossbows aren't looking too bad. Yes, there's quite a lot of them pretty down bad at the moment. But if I were to just look at these based on, like, newest, you might realise we've only had 2 crossbows this year. I haven't seen any Christmas crossbows yet either. Just want to point that out as well. So, yeah, with a sheer lack of options, it's not looking too bad for all of them. And the cheapest crossbow right now is actually like $1.30. Yep, it's like, was that $1.28 or $1.38? $1.38. So, yeah, sheer lack of options, people looking for options, and that actually might do a pretty good job of retaining its value. A nice, colourful, green crossbow that I'm sure people will appreciate. Now, unfortunately, Bird of Luck isn't exactly doing super great. Weapon-only collection, I did allude to this earlier. Weapon-only collections don't tend to hold up very nicely. But that crossbow, a lovely design, especially with, you know, when you're aiming down. Hey, if people appreciate it, that's cool. But with 11,500, 12,500 subscribers, I don't expect a ton of them to be listed. It should be okay. I think it will be doing a pretty decent price. Let's leave it to Wednesday, all right? We can make a suggestion then. I think I still will do a buy order. It's just, I think it might actually work out quite nicely in the future. So I've said my words. How you incorporate them with your brain is up to you. Why say it that way? Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, overall, the sales spread out a lot more evenly this week, and on average, quite a lot better compared to all the other sales from previous weeks. Now let's talk about what's coming out at the moment. So yes, Christmas, yippee! Yes, next week is the deadline for all the Christmas skins, and many Christmas skins are being submitted at the moment. Oh, there's 2 brand new ones right there. So we've got armored door, sheet metal door, wooden doors, large boxes, furnaces, tier 2 armor, a polar bear rock. Of course, we're going to have an animal of some sort. Yeah, I'm seeing like wooden double doors. Lots of interesting Christmas skins are being produced with a lot of variety. Very nice to see. You're going to sit there and say, Hedge, how many backpacks? A lot of backpacks have been produced, buddy. So many backpacks have been produced. I will not be surprised in the slightest if we see at least 2 Christmas backpacks being accepted. 1 for each Christmas rush store. And that's at least 2. Maybe they'll accept 4 in total. But there's some lovely designs, as you can see. Which one's your favourite? Feel free to tell me. Of course, look in the description right now. You'll see the link to micro522.com. All you have to do, right, is just click backpack here. And then you can see we've got all these backpacks on display. You can just easily flick through all of them. Lovely stuff. Cool. So that's just one suggestion there. It's easy to keep track of all these Christmas skins, especially when you have the actual Holiday 2024 contest entries collection link, which I'll have linked in the description. This is a collection link produced by that German guy, so feel free to go ahead and say thank you to him. This is the official list. I'm not making a Rust Workshop skin checklist this week. I don't want it to conflict with this. The same thing I did with Halloween. I'm avoiding that, but I will still talk about collection continuations. Those boots and gloves, collection continuations. What else do I see that's a collection continuation? From the top of my head, I can't see anything else. Oh, wait, yes, I can. Neon Snowflake. Yes, last year we got the large box, and we've had a gadget door in the past. Now we have sheet metal double doors. Of course there's going to be sheet metal double doors. There will be more sheet metal double doors accepted. You cannot escape it. But no, that'll be a perfectly fine looking design. But remember, with these Christmas skins, it's always best to do a buy order and wait it out until around March, April time. They drop down real bad. Once it's out of season, holiday skins, they go down in price. And yes, Christmas skins do go down pretty bad. The best way to approach it is to do long-term investments. I bought all my Christmas skins back in March and April of 2024. And I've sold many of them right now in December 2024. Lots of profit was made. I'm happy. That is the smartest way to go about it. And yes, we've been seeing a lovely batch of interesting designs. I've been seeing quite a lot of anime. We get one anime AK-47 skin accepted, and the floodgates have opened. As we can see, yes, well, I mean, this is the same skin creator, but there's been plenty of other options. It looks cute, but there's probably going to be a lot more of this now. But it does look good. Anyway, so yeah. Lovely variety of designs. I mean, that does look pretty funny. So yeah, at least we can look forward to some interesting potential picks. Let's see how all that rolls out. Christmas, let's see how many skins get accepted as well. Probably 30. Also, if we're going to have a Rust store for December 12 and December 19, could we probably still have a Christmas Rust store for December 26? Is that not smart? No, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, I've informed you of that. Now let's just quickly look back at the previous week's Rust store skins and see how they're currently holding up. So last week, of course, we had 2 backpacks. They're holding up okay. That garage door's already gone down in price. What? Oh, damn, that's not fun to see. But the barders only went up to so much, so yeah. And if anything, that's just one little straggler right there. Yeah, look at the distance. $2.90 to $2.10. Well, you know, it is what it is. So maybe it improves once people realise, oh, it's really cold at the moment. But whatever. Popstar AK-47. Yeah, I said that weirdly. Popstar AK-47 is still holding up very nicely. People, they can't stop themselves. I told you. I told you. As much as they sit there and say, oh, I hate anime, I'll never love it, I'll never appreciate it, well, they lied. They couldn't stop themselves. So, yeah, the Barda's still holding up very nice and strongly. It's still looking to be A-OK. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's done a very good job of retaining its value so far. Locker doing okay. Wooden door starting to go down in price, not too surprising. Rock okay. Custom SMG slowly slipping, and the SAR has already gone down by a third. So yeah, a bit awkward. Now I have to talk about some of the skins we see here and complete the sets. Now at first glance you might assume, oh wow, BLACKOUT BURLAP doing A-OK, up 23%. But you should actually look at these skins on the Steam market just to notice that there's some interesting things going on. What do you mean? BLACKOUT BURLAP has a lot of listings. Oh, okay. Okay. So, we're already starting to see big, fat, stacks of quantity appearing, Oh, the problems are starting to appear. It's starting to appear. Yeah, so I anticipated this. It sold absolutely ridiculously. We are now looking at over 1,000 listings for both of the BLACKOUT BURLAP, and do not be surprised if this drops off really badly around February, March, April time. It is emulating the behaviour of the whiteout boot. This very likely means it's going to go down to about 50 cents. Why would you list 901? Why would you list 901? For what good reason would you... I'm not upset, because I didn't buy any. I did my orders, and I'm thinking I'm going to be picking up a lot of these for 50 cents, and I'm not going to be too upset about that. I gave you the warnings. I pointed it out. Now, No Mercy Backpack, you sold just as much almost, and as we can see, you have 219 listings, definitely not 1,000, but will you still slip? Will we still see, like, big fat walls being put up? Time will tell. Keep an eye on this. But I did sit here and say, so as long as the player counts are strong over the course of the next 2 months, this should do a very good job of retaining its value. But if we see that whiteout backpack being accepted, we'll see. Hardsuit, unfortunately, down in price. Not too surprising, though. The demand for, like, metallic sets just really isn't there compared to other, collections and whatnot. No Mercy, Hardsuit. So, yeah, this isn't that much of a surprise. And then, Thunder Gold set seems to be slightly down in price. Let's just go and see. Was it one little, straggler? There's only 39 listings. Got to point that out. But the bars are still looking strong. That could easily rebound and go back up in price. There's like nothing there, nothing to be concerned about. And the amount of listings, yeah, it's fine. So, okay, that's still holding up quite nicely. Glacial Visage Sleeping Bag, we talked about you just a little bit earlier. Only 13 listings. Did someone buy you out? That very likely means probably no. Well, there was a lot of sales on December 5th. But, no, it just seems to have a sheer lack of sales, sheer lack of listings. So, price good. Cool, cannot complain. Oh no, Pixel Armor Double Door, I'm looking at you now and I'm noticing that you have gone down in price. So yeah, Pixel Collection, we questioned this, we thought about what would likely happen, it has gone down in price. But could it still recover? Probably. There's only 42 listings. It's only 42 listings. This is the cheapest Armor Double Door that exists in the game, but if it has like next to no quantity, which, with its overall sales, that definitely was the case, then yeah, this very likely is going to probably work out all right still regardless. So keep an eye on that, All right, so yeah, overall for the skins over the past couple of weeks, things have been all right. You look at the November 14 Rust store. Okay, ooh, that went down by 44%. Oh dear. Oh, we never got the Ultramarine Tier 2. Oh dear. Commando Tier down 5%. A minute ago you were up 4%. What's going on, SCMM? No, seriously, what's going on? Are you all right? You good? You good? Yeah, it's good. SMM's just a little bit weird with its prices sometimes. Commando gets new pieces accepted. Commando SAR goes up in price. Simple as. But yeah, overall, this doesn't look as good compared to the other Rustors. No. But yeah, things are looking pretty sweet. And now I have to talk about, the player count. We have just reached the highest ever peak player count for a December. Yep, I've even put a tweet out talking about this. So if I go over to here we go. I've already mentioned this in the past. January 2nd, 2025 is the January Force Wipe update. That's the date of it. The day after New Year's. I don't think kids are going back to school on the 2nd, no. I think for that first weekend, you're going to see an absolutely amazing amount of people playing the game, and potentially we'll have a peak player count above 200,000. I am fully anticipating it. Yeah, things are lining up perfectly. Kids out of school, people not working as hard or as much, everything's lining up. So keep an eye out for that. Post-Christmas, January, we might see a big increase in demand of skins. We shall see. October and November, things hardly dipped, and I have noticed quite a lot of skins went up in price, stagnated for a bit, and slowly went down a little bit. All right, I will point that out, but I don't think we've even reached the high point yet. It's still looking to be January time. So yes, average player count of 98,000 for December so far, but we'll see how things play out. And yeah, at the end of this month, kids will be out of school. Halfway through this month, Christmas update's going to be added. I'm pretty sure the momentum will be holding up pretty strong. So things are, well, pretty good. Pretty good, yeah, wouldn't you guessed? Where am I? I've forgot where I was. So yeah, don't forget about those Twitch drops. Please consider, trying to get all of them. They are pretty cool. They are pretty nice. And if you want to, feel verified with that, consider watching my Twitch drop showcase video right over to here. Yes, the December Twitch drop skin showcase. If you just want to skip ahead to a specific skin, it's all put out with chapters there. And, with William's jacket, I pair it up with his boonie hat and his bandana. With the Oil Rats and Ricoloff MP5, I compare that with the Cybercore MP5 and H-Tunes MP5, El Banano MP5, and the Sinks MP5, So there's a lot of comparisons, showcases, lots of information put forward to you, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it, hopefully. So, yeah, that's it. That's everything. Things are lining up pretty okay. A pretty busy looking Rustore, potentially some nice investments just around the corner. And yeah, hopefully you all make some lovely profits. So thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Have a splendid week. Enjoy the wonderful cold weather. And as we get closer to Christmas, I hope you're enjoying the feeling. So catch you later. Say goodbye.